Proverbs chapter 5 is a wonderful chapter on faithfulness within marriage and the dangers of going beyond God's design for marriage. And about 3/4 of the way through, in verse 18, we find these words of King Solomon. May your fountain be blessed, and may you rejoice in the wife of your youth. The more history that you have with your spouse, the more joy and pain that you've experienced. You are closer at some times than at others, as the circumstances of life rise and fall. Yet, if you did due diligence at the onset of the relationship, were clear about what you desired in a partner, and honestly evaluated who that person is, what will keep your marriage going forward is remembering what brought the two of you together in the first place. For Deb and I, that was loving God and loving students in an environment where the students and fellow teachers and school administrators for that they did their best to bring us together. They were going to make sure that that happened. That love for God and for students, which drew us together in mutual admiration for what the other was investing in students, hasn't changed all these years later. And what you initially enjoyed and esteemed about your spouse probably hasn't changed either. But for our relationships to continue to develop, we must work on growing closer. All relationships have growth areas that require pruning and fertilizing. If you feel that your relationship isn't what it once was, it could be that it's developing into something different. Or it could be that you need to renew your commitment to keeping it fresh and moving forward. It may be that you must work on creating the intimacy that's missing, or enjoying the love that you once had. The fundamentals of your mate, if they were really there in the first place, aren't likely to change. The basis of your relationship is what's important. Focusing on that makes it much easier to go with the flow of the unavoidable ups and downs of daily living. So, do you need more time together? When we get too busy to listen, really listen, our mate begins to think that we don't care about them, or we don't value the relationship sufficiently. We need to communicate, and that means talking and listening. If your car broke down, you would take the time and pay the price to fix it. And your marriage is of greater importance than your car. In fact, all of our relationships are more important than our cars or our hobbies. So don't stop working on growing closer. Treasure your relationships, especially your relationship with Christ, and let that relationship flow into all of your other relationships. That's the word for you today. If you're in the World Golf Village area this weekend, we would love to have you join us for worship at 9 or 11 a.m. at the Village Church. And if you can't make it in person, please join us online on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel at the Village Church at World Golf Village. Have a great weekend. Be sure to appreciate all of the special folks that God has brought into your life, and make today a great day. You are loved.